Hi guys, welcome to my sketchbook tour. I know this video is a little different from the usual video that I put on this channel, but I've always wanted to do this, and when someone requested that I do it, I thought it would be a great video to end the year with. A little disclaimer, so usually when I see sketchbook tours or other people's sketchbooks out there, they have like these amazingly beautiful spreads, paintings inside their sketchbook, etc. But I don't think you're going to find that in my sketchbook because I am a very traditional person and I use sketchbook for what they are mainly for, which are sketches. And so I use my sketchbooks to sketch out illustrations, sketch out concepts, ideas, hash out my ideas for any project that I might be working on at the time. So yeah, you're not going to find aesthetically pleasing spreads probably, but you will see a lot of my brainstorming process, my thought process throughout a creative project. So a lot of these projects are not yet released and I'm not even sure if they will be, but yeah, you definitely get to follow me along on my creative process. So I guess let's get started. So this is my sketchbook. As you can see, it's of very high quality. I got it from my ex for my 21st birthday 10 years ago. I don't know what the brand is. It is not written here anywhere, but if I find out, I will definitely put it on the screen here or in the description below. The cover of both covers are made out of canvas, so I thought I would paint on it to make it my own. And I use watercolor for the hand here, and the other parts I use ink. Basically these are like ink brush pens, and I kind of want to show like my interests here and what you can expect from this sketchbook. So this is a pretty good illustration of what you can expect from the inside. So let's take a look inside. So I got this sketchbook around the time when I was starting to explore my style, because my style, as you can see here, used to be very anime-ish, but since I was rejected by a lot of art schools in Germany, I got kind of insecure about that, because the advice that I had received at the time was like, if you draw very anime style, it is not going to be a success in the art schools. Yeah. But so this is still very anime style. If you remember DeviantArt, if anyone here has ever joined DeviantArt, this was like the DeviantArt High School Challenge. And yeah, these are some just drawings of me and my girlfriends. If you know where this is from, if you can read the Japanese writing here, this is like a Ghibli movie, so you know. Yeah, so this is just basically me trying to explore style. As you can see here, how I'm trying to make it not very anime-like. And these are my friend from school who went to the same uni as me. The three girls that I admire from my class in Germany. And this is Florence Welsh, you know, from Florence and the Machine. And this is around the time I start to kind of explore illustrations and like logos for my blog, because at this point my blog was already kind of thriving. Oh, and I think I made this sticker here actually for my ASOS marketplace. I mean, if anyone remember ASOS marketplace, it's basically a place in ASOS where you can sell your used clothes, and I used to do that a lot. So I used to have this sticker on the package when I send them away. This is one of those OTD illustrations of myself, and this is, if you can guess, this is an illustration for Timun Mas. I don't remember why I wanted to draw Timun Mas, but there you go. And then some other style explorations, material explorations. I really like this one, although I've never really done anything with it. And then there's this l'artiste. I don't know what I was trying to do with this one. This has become an unfinished work in my laptop. And this one is actually a finished illustration. It is one of my proudest works of the time period, because I used a heavily different style for this in terms of coloring and also inking. And again, I'm trying to explore other ways to draw I'm very into the girl silhouette. And then, yeah, here it is, the first brainstorm project WIP situation. So while I was studying art history in uni, I joined a typography class in the art school, because I was technically part of the art school. And the typography class was actually a class for making publication using typography. And my teacher, or like my lecturer at the time, suggested that I make a book about the traditional games in Indonesia. If you have seen my portfolio, that is like how that whole project started. That's not what it looked like at first, but we'll get on that some other time. So this is like the process of it. Like, I'm trying to determine what I'm going to have in the book, how I'm going to portray the theme and the topic and everything on each spread, on each page. And this is when I start to get a little more detailed on it. So, like, first of all, I wanted to have the lompat karet as the game that I introduced. This was the original illustration, so I'm writing down what I want to have here, etc. And also like create the font for it and all. And then, yeah, this is Benteng, Ular Naga. Like, if you're an Indonesian, you would know these games. These are very common when we were children. I really enjoyed drawing the Ular Naga one, because it's like a bunch of girls and several different poses and several different positions, and it challenges me to explore the way I handle perspectives. Yeah, and these are the original sketch for the fonts that I was going to use for the book. We will see more of this later, like the finished version. This is just the initial sketch, because my teacher then told me, okay, you should make this in like solid color, like maybe ink it, so that we can put it in Adobe Illustrator and then to Font Lab. Back then I didn't know what the hell Adobe Illustrator was, and I've never used it. Then this is also the illustration for lompat karet. I think I changed it up. I didn't end up using the previous one. I didn't end up using this one. I used this one instead. Yeah, and then there's gambreng and tak jongkok. Yeah, basically still part of the book. These are like my old OCs. I think I must have looked at like old drawings of mine and saw these characters I've never done anything with, and so I decided to redraw them and make them look like a different look, or maybe this is a whole new story. I don't remember actually. And this is the guy version or whatever. I don't know. Again, still exploring my style. Maybe you can see that the style has kind of changed. And then this is the illustration for Chongklak. Like a lot of how-tos and tools and stuff. Yeah, and this is the illustration for the table of contents. Wow, you can see that the illustration style changes over time, and doing this the last was probably like the worst decision, because the others look like they're older than the children in this one, but let's not talk about that. So this is the whole layout of the book, what I want to have in it, each of the spread, the overall spreads. I don't know if you can see that because it's in blue, and yeah, so just trust me on that. Yeah, and also because like it's very Indonesian and very traditional, I wanted to make like a batik pattern using the games that I include in the book. And this is the initial sketch for it. I ended up making it a pattern on Photoshop, but because obviously I made it freehand, it didn't actually turn out into an actual pattern, like a workable pattern. But yeah, I'm learning. I was learning. So yeah. I'm so sorry that I sketch a lot in blue pencil, because well, back then I was so into blue pencils and they're really nice color to have. They're not very striking as like graphite pencil, but yeah, the downside is that you can't probably see it very well. And here is a sketch of a dress that I wanted to make when my sister and I had this like dream of making our own clothing line, our own label. But unfortunately, what we didn't see coming was that my sister had a very different personal style than me, and because of that, what she saw for her brand is completely different to what I want to have for my brand. And we called it konon katanya because I wanted it to have like that Indonesian like folktale look, and it's very full of patterns, as you can see here. There's like patterns on the collar, etc. But my sister was actually not into that very much, so yeah. And these are illustrations from my blog, which I don't think they ended up happening. I think this was just like, okay, maybe I could make this happen, but so yeah. And this is the font specimen that I told you about. See, isn't it a little more, a little neater? Although you can totally see that it's definitely not balanced. I mean, look at the difference in size here. It's crazy. And we changed to a different color pencil. Now we've moved on to orange colored pencils, and these are actually illustrations for my line stickers. I think some of them are, I wanted to like make the part 2 of it, but I didn't end up doing that because we broke up. But anyway, these are the illustrations for my line stickers, and these are more illustrations from my blog. Some of them I implemented, like I think these ones are for my About Me page. I implemented those, but most of them went to waste because I didn't know how to do it. Yeah, and here are more illustrations for my line stickers. In case you don't know, I have like a line sticker pack on Naverline, the messaging app, that uses me and my then boyfriend as the figures. And then I just made separations here, so this part is all me. These are the illustrations of the stickers that incorporate only me, and these are the illustrations of the stickers that incorporate only my ex. What we like to do, how we talk to each other, is very much portrayed in the sticker pack. And then this whole spread is about what we did together as a couple. A lot of these did not go through, obviously, because well, proportionally they're not very good as stickers. Like for instance here, like okay, it's a cute illustration, but let's be honest, if it were like a sticker, it'll be like either too tall or too thin, you know, so that didn't work out. But like this, and I think this one as well, and this one, these three I think made it to the sticker pack. And this one, it's actually my favorite, yeah, considering the relationship. Let's not talk about that. And these are some more illustrations for the sticker. Yeah, I had a lot of ideas, but not all of them pan out, obviously, because the stickers can only take like 40 illustrations. And I made like, what, 100 here probably. And not all of them make sense on its own anyway, so. And here is an illustration that I like to make. So every time I like go out of town, I like to like draw a calendar of how long I'll be staying, and then like determine what kind of clothes I should buy, I should bring with me, so that I can determine what kind of outfits I would have on each day. Because I used to be, and I still am actually, a personal style blogger. So I want to get as many posts, like outfit posts from my trips. So I want to have as many different combination of clothes per day. So this is how I do that. Yeah, call me neurotic, because I really, really am. And here are some illustrations. These aren't actually illustrations. I borrowed a book on batik a while back from my stepmom's friend, who I was learning batik from, and then she lent me this book about batik, and there were a lot of batik patterns in it, and a lot of patterns that I've never seen before, I've never really paid attention to, and so I studied them and then replicate them onto this book, and these are like some of my favorite batik patterns that I saw in that book. So yeah, this one in particular is my favorite because I don't really know what flower this is supposed to be, but it looks a lot like a sakura, don't you think? Like a cherry blossom. And I also love this one because it has like a cute little rooster in the middle, but then all these other ornaments around it. Like this is, I don't know if that's like a rooster or like a holy Garuda or something, because of the ornaments around it. Yeah, it's really, really cute. These are some more of those as well. I really love these leaves, like the shape of these leaves. I'm thinking about making like patterns using like floral elements, so maybe I can look back at this and try to implement that somehow. I really enjoy drawing this as well because it has like a lot of ornaments and it's somehow so put together, like it's very neatly organized. And this one as well is my absolute favorite because it's flower inside flowers, and flowers like all the floral arrangements. Yeah, and this is again sketch using orange pencil. I hope you can see that. These are some of my favorite bloggers that I had turned into an Art Nouveau style illustrations, and these are illustrations for like a design crowd project, and this is inspired by the MBTI groups, so I enjoyed that very much. And here are illustrations for my the book that I told you about earlier, the Indonesian traditional childhood games. But these are really just free drawings of my parents and my friends for the thank you page. And then a lot more other illustrations for, well, this is for like my anniversary illustration, and this is a fan art of Wildwood, which is a children's book illustrated by Carson Ellis and written by her husband Colin Malloy. I really love that whole series, so I had to just draw a fan art of them. Again, another planning, like outfit planning, and the calendars of when how long I'm going to be away, and the clothes that I'm going to bring, and maybe like what kind of combination I'm gonna have. Oh, forgot this was on this page. Let's put that aside for a while. These are my original characters in different stories, and for a while I thought I wanted to like have a summary of all of them, and I wanted to create it in this kind of badge-like style. And I did draw most of them, although most of them don't really have like titles. Like for example, this like Rainbow Scramble, the hell, I don't know. Yeah, but I have actually developed a lot of stories throughout my teens. Most of them inspired by my own crush and my imagination of that whole story. And you might have seen these two. These are my twins that I usually draw for absolutely everything. Even today, they're still like my number one. So if you look through my Instagram, you will be able to see these twins very often. Now let's get back to this. So this is just a practice piece. I haven't used color pencils in ages, and I wanted to know how to render color pencils correctly, so I decided to just look through Pinterest what kind of interesting photo I can redraw, and I decided to draw this cranberry. I know they don't look like cranberries, but these are supposed to be cranberries, and then you know, you like do the colors basically. You might have seen this on my reels a few weeks ago. And then here are some illustrations for commissions, more sketches for commissions. This definitely panned out, I remember that. And then sketches, just random sketches, there's no story here. Oh, post studies. I love these. When I was at uni here in Indonesia, was taking drawing class, my professor gave us an assignment to spend like however many times, like I think there was like tiers of it, like 10 minutes and then 30 minutes and then like 1 hour or something, for several poses in this website. I'd never done a poses study before because I'd never really known how to do it. So this was really a lot of fun to do. But although you can totally see that it's still very, like the lines aren't as flowy as I want them to be. And this is just more pose studies. I just love drawing poses that are so, not weird, but like so very different and so very flowy. Like I love this one because there's like a lot of dynamics in the pose. And maybe like something like this is a little less interesting to me. I like poses that are just not, I would say not normal or like not bland. I love this as well. This is like, one of my favorite poses, and this, yeah. So these are just pose studies from my uni days. Again, some more. Okay, and around the time of, I think maybe this was illustration class, or maybe I was just idling by. I thought, oh, I want to add some games to the Indonesian childhood games handbook, and I wanted to add this game called Domikado. If you're Indonesian, you would know what that is. If you don't, I would suggest you just Google it because I'm not gonna explain it. And then there was also another one called Jublak Jublak Suang. Okay, this is a sketch for a mural that I was going to do as a volunteer for this. I think it was an orphanage. I kind of forgot. But somewhere along the way, I ended up abandoning the project, which I feel so sorry about. I regret that completely. But I really love this sketch, so maybe I'm going to finish it at some point. A sketch of my OC. Yeah, just a romantic scene. And this is my girl. This is my girl, one of the twins from the story I told you about earlier. Just I wanted to hash out her whole design and her expressions and her traits, etc. And then these are just some sketches. These are Ranma characters, if you recognize them. Yeah, you can see Ranma, Moose, Shampoo, and Ryoga. I really love drawing them using their weapons. It's really interesting. These are drawings of my friends as with their partners, and PewDiePie and Marzia. I draw this for their 5th anniversary and actually uploaded it. And these are my friends Fina and Sakti. I've never finished this, just sketch only. I don't know why I didn't, but anyway. And then these are my friends who had broken up. After I finished the illustration, put it in the envelope and gave it to the post office, I just found out that they broke up. And then I went back to the post office asking for the envelope back. It was very fun. Kimi no Nawa, if anyone recognized, yep. I watched the film 3 times in a row, and then I just had to make the fan art. My friend Coletta, but that didn't end up using this as the illustration that I finished. I ended up resketching it to be more fun, and this is the illustration that I ended up finishing. A sketch for an illustration for my mom, and then yeah, more. These are sketches for my cousin's wedding. So this is a new story that I made, and I decided to create character sheets for each one. As you can see here, I researched appropriate names for each of them, and then gave them each like full names, like full character design, expressions, hairstyles, etc. Here's another character with a full name, character designs, expressions, hairstyles. Oh, it was so fun. Just fan arts for Kyokai no Rinne. I really love the site design, so I wanted to try to draw that. More character designs, less detail this time, because these are basically side characters. This is the guy main character, so as you can see, more detailed character sheet with the full name and everything. Again, with the research of the name. I just wanted to give them each like Javanese names, and I wanted to research what the names potential names would mean, so that I can give them appropriate names for their characters. Some sketch for my mermaid. I think this is 2020 or something. I kind of forgot. Or 2018 maybe. Again, another planning outfits for Cirebon. So yeah, I didn't do the calendar much this time because we were only there for 4 days. So these are all the dates. And then these are like, which clothes I'm gonna bring and what outfit I'm gonna wear. Yeah. Sketch for one of my playlist cover on Spotify. Just really personal stuff. Let's ignore that. Ooh, this is part planning my outfit for a vacation and part just doing this so that I can take photos of them for the blog. So let's put that away. A mood board. I think this was supposed to be for my blog. And then some sketch for Eid al-Fitr in this year, actually 2023. It's like a whole scene. You can see the finished piece on my Instagram and Twitter. These are some random illustrations. Some outfit studies. I love this so much. I look through Pinterest, Instagram, what have you, to draw just interesting outfits from people from all over the world. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do anything about these, but I just love drawing these so much. The like poses and the different fabrics and everything, the patterns. I absolutely love drawing the patterns. So yeah, it was so much fun. These are sketches for my portfolio that I showed you before. Check out the previous vlog to find out. This is the sketch for the DTIYS Nyala, which I already submitted. A sketch that went undone. I'll finish this some other time. Some studies using colored pencils that I showed on my reels before. I really love figuring out how to do this one because this is when I found out, oh, if you like layer the colors, it looks more interesting. So that's what I ended up doing, and that's how we got to this. This is just a ballet reference page because I love ballet and that whole aesthetics, although I don't really support the practice because, you know, not very healthy. But I love it, and I love using the warm and tone colors here very much, and using their movements to kind of show their elegance. And some new projects for 2024. Yes, this is a spoiler. I want to make like I call it a Mengpedia, which is basically like a Wikipedia of cats that we have around the neighborhood. This will be my cat Bobon, and then her friends or boyfriends, I guess, Prince and Ardo. Yeah, I know this is going to be done digitally later, but I love sketching them in using these colored pencils and having this whole aesthetic about it. And some sketches from my sister's commission, which is our cat Bobon and her two cats in Bandung. So yeah, I hope to get this done before the end of the year, so we shall see. That's basically it. The rest is still empty. So I guess that's it for my sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there's something that you can take away from it. I'm so sorry if there's like a lot of spreads that aren't as visible as they should be. But I hope there's something you can take away from that anyway. Also, again, I'm sorry that my sketchbook doesn't have like the aesthetically pleasing spreads, paintings, and finished artwork somewhere in between. Because I believe that sketchbooks are supposed to be like your own personal playground where you get to try new things and then fail and get up again and be satisfied or not satisfied with whatever you're trying on. Because I believe that if we don't have a space where we can just do whatever we want and not be afraid of what people might think and not be afraid of how it's going to turn out, I don't think we can ever create a masterpiece of our own in other platforms where we are expected to perform. I think that's great if you want to have like a sketchbook where you create different artworks and experiment with creating artworks for different spreads. But I still would suggest that you keep one sketchbook just like mine, where you just hash out ideas, try out concepts, and if they should fail, and if you're never gonna follow through with some of them, I think it's okay. This is why it's called a sketchbook. You're supposed to sketch out your ideas and try out things. So since this is the last video of the year, I hope you will have an amazing rest of the year and then a great start to 2024. And you know, hopefully next year will be an amazing year for you too. So I guess I'll see you next year. Bye bye.